Okay, right. Now we are doing question 2. So in question 2, they say that hence or otherwise determine the equation of the tangent to f of x at the point where x equals to 1. So the first thing first, ne, we are given that, remember a tangent, ne? Remember first, a tangent, it's something that does this. So let's just say this is a curve, and then a tangent, it's going to touch a line there. Then we're going to call that line, let's just call that line A. Ne? So the point in which the tangent touches the that function is actually a parabola. Is going to be the same for the parabola. So whatever point we have for the parabola is going to be the same one for the tangent as well. But for now, can you see that we are just given the x coordinates of the point where both the parabola and the tangent line intersect each other or touches each other. So in a way in which we can find the y coordinates, we can basically use the function of f of x to actually find the y coordinate. So remember, the function of f of x is given as minus 5x squared plus x, and we are trying to find the y coordinate. So we're going to say f1 equals to minus 5 1 squared plus 1. If we quickly use the calculator, minus 5 1 squared plus 1 is minus 4, right? So basically that point is actually 1 comma minus 4. All right, and then remember from our previous question, we found out that the derivative of f prime of x was basically minus 10x and plus 1, right? So we find out that the derivative of the f of x from the previous question, or you can use the rule to actually differentiate 5 minus 5x squared plus x. But then from our previous question, using first principles, we found out that it was minus 10x plus 1. And then so we're now trying to find the equation to the tangent. Now from school notes, ne, you are given that f prime of x, ne, is gonna actually give you m, which is actually the gradient of the tangent line, the gradient of the tangent line, because the tangent line is actually a straight line. So whenever you do f prime of x, we're actually trying to find the gradient of m at the point of x, the gradient of the tangent line at a point at a point of x, or rather the x coordinate. All right, now remember we are given that the x coordinate is x equals to 1. So f prime of x, we're going to sub in 1, then we're going to say equals to, so we're going to say minus 10 1 plus 1 is equals to, I think that should be minus 9. Yes, minus 9, minus 9. So basically this should be the gradient of the tangent line. So we basically now have the gradient of the tangent line. And then remember from your school, we are given that whenever you are trying to find the gradient of a straight line, because the tangent line is a straight line, you are given this formula: y minus y equals to m x minus 1. There is another way that you can do it, but basically this one is going to automatically give you the equation of the tangent line. The other one is when you can try, the other one is when you can, because now you have the your gradient m, so you can try solving for c or b, because remember the equation of a gradient line, is given as y equals to mx plus c. Okay, in other cases, other textbooks, they write b instead of c. But what you can do, seeing that you now have the m, you can sub in the m there. And then after subbing in the m, then you can also use now that coordinate there to try solving for c, and then you should have your answer at the end. But let's just use this one method. So with this method, what we're gonna do, we're gonna substitute m equals to minus 9 and the coordinate there, which is 1 minus 4, because remember that coordinate is common with the parabola, as I explained before starting with the question. All right, so now we're gonna say y minus 4 equals to minus 9 x minus 1. Then immediately doing that, you should get minus 9x plus 5, and then that's the answer that you should get at the end, whether even if you use the other alternative, but this is the answer that you're gonna get at the end. All right, because even if you did use the alternative, let me quickly show you. You're gonna say y equals to minus 9x plus c, then you're gonna sub in 1 comma minus 4. Using that, you're gonna say minus 4 equals to minus 9 times 1 plus c. Then separating c alone, you're going to say minus 4 plus 9, which is basically 5. So therefore y was going to be minus 9x plus 5. Okay, so this is how you could have gotten the answer to the question given here.